the amount of impact that the stunt department brings to movies. Pretty much every movie you see that comes out has got some sort of action in it. And there's a lot of unsung heroes. You know, we did The Fall Guy here.
Yeah.
We Mission Impossible, The Mask, A Great Gatsby, Australia, Killer Elite, Star Wars, all action movies, and not one recognition by the Oscars.
Yeah, hopefully that will change now. It will change from a couple of years' time. So tell us how you got started in the business.
I started at least 31 years ago as a young gymnast, acrobat, dancer, fighter, martial artist. I hated school, and like all kids do. And the stunt industry for me is where I found my forte and my skill, and I haven't looked back.
Yeah, so in what capacity have you worked? Because I know nothing about the stunt sector of the movies, but I'm guessing there are multiple different roles like design, stunt actor in a big fight scene, and stunt double for major actors. Have you kind of covered the whole gamut?
I have. I am now a stunt coordinator, second unit action director, but I started off as a young SAP, which is an apprentice stunty, moved on to stunt actor, moved on to safety coordinator, marine coordinator, and now stunt coordinator. We run the biggest stunt training facility in New South Wales in Australia, and we're creating the next generation of stunt performers around the world.
Yeah, and so how did you initially get into it? What were your first films?
Oh my God, my first film ever was with John Voight. I think it was Noah's Ark, and Noah's Ark in Melbourne. We shot that in winter. It was freezing.
In 1945?
Probably 1941, 42. It was, you're talking many, many moons ago.
And can you remember what your role was in that? What were you kind of involved in a particular scene that you remember?
Yeah, I played one of the Egyptian Arab villagers getting thrown off the ark into the water.
And what was that like compared to the technology used today and the occupational health and safety? What was it like back then?
It was so much different back then. It was very organic. We had less safety requirements, less protocols. Now everything is about safety. Everything now is about accountability. What we can do to make
get control of that phone.
Sorry, buddy. It's George Miller ringing about the next move. I'll just tell him I'm on a Zoom call.
With the ABC.
But obviously the safety requirements and everything has escalated due to obviously the amount of stunts. We're always trying to push the boundaries with stunts.
Yeah.
We're always trying to push the boundaries with what we can do and how fast we can go. And you would have seen a lot of that on, The Fall Guy when that was shot here recently in Sydney.
Yeah. Okay. And so explain for us the progress, how you kind of ended up making it into the big franchises.
Well, it's relationships, it's skill level, it's the experience that you have going from one movie to the next to the next, and then you eventually gradually make a name for yourself, and coordinators around the world will reach out to you and look for your assistance and your experience and your expertise to come on set and help them oversee, coordinate and facilitate the stunts.
And tell us about the biggest star you've been a double for.
George Clooney.
Yeah, what was that in?
I've got olive skin, so I miss out on a lot of the Caucasian big actors like Chris Hemsworth and Hugh Jackman. But I'm happy just being on set, working in the stunt industry.
Yeah. And so what were you doing for George Clooney? What were you stepping in for him in what action scenes?
It was, oh my God, it was not the Great Raid. It was Thin Red Line, I think, out in I can't even remember now. It was so long ago. We were running, shooting, diving, jumping, what every stunt performer lives for and does pretty much every day.
And what's the favourite scene you've been involved in over the years, the most memorable one for you?
I think it would have been Crocodile Dundee with Paul Hogan, and then also obviously Steve Irwin on Collision Course. They were great fun, great memories, and great gags that we did on those movies.
And how's your body emerged from it over the years? You say you started out as a gymnast. That can be pretty punishing in itself. But have you kind of copped a few injuries over the years?
Always. Every stunt performer has some sort of injuries. Every stunt performer has some sort of pain that they live with every day, but we love it. It's something that when you sit there in the cinemas and you're part of a big feature like John Wick or The Fall Guy or Mission Impossible, and you know that you are part of the process of the action and the dynamic elements of those scenes, it's just fantastic.
Yeah, it must be a huge buzz. Do you feel a bit sorry for all the stunt workers who've gone before you, who probably should have picked up an Oscar who didn't?
100%, 100%. Those people will never be recognised, and they should be, because they risk their lives and bodies every day, performing action to make the actors look good.
Yeah. Why do you reckon it took so long?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know whether they just wanted to brush it under the table and not let people know that they had so many stunt performers, doubling Tom Cruise, doubling Tom Hardy, doubling Hugh Jackman. I really don't know.
Yeah. And can you tell us what you're working on now? Is that a big secret?
Listen, I can't. I'd have to get you to sign an NDA and then hand over the mortgage to your house before I can reveal it.
But plenty of work in Australia at the moment.
There is. The Australian film industry is booming at the moment. We've just finished on... Oh, no, I'm not allowed to say. We've just finished on a big feature with a big American actress, and it's really good.
Yeah,
really
okay.
Well, and also don't forget we've got all the the Home and Away and all the other dramas, The Bachelor, that all have action and stunts on them as well.
You're not serious?
No, I am serious. Yeah, we've done
The Bachelor.
Yes, we've been brought on to supervise jet skis and boats and stunts, and you just think, where are they going with this? Where are they going with this?
Who would have thought? Okay, Ray, it's been great having a chat to you. I'm so glad that stunt work is a category now, and hopefully I can speak to you in a few years down the track when you've taken out an Oscar.
Lovely, Joe. Thank you so much. God bless.
And great to hear the Australian film industry is booming. Ray Anthony there. There's more on the ABC.